News Tech. Interesting finds Ortega Jerome that. 15 episode. The HTC 10 will be unveiled this Tuesday, April 12th at 7 a.m. Chicago time, Central Time. With less than 3 days before the reveal, here's what I've gathered. 5.1-inch 1440p Quad HD display, Snapdragon 820 processor with 4 gigs of RAM, a 12-megapixel rear-facing camera, reportedly using the same sensor that's being used in the Nexus 6P, except this one has OIS, optical image stabilization, a 5-megapixel front-facing camera that also has OIS. I think that would be a first for a front-facing camera to have OIS. A 3000 mAh battery with USB Type-C and Quick Charge 3.0, a micro SD slot, and a fingerprint reader. Pretty much top-end flagship specs. The phone will come in 4 different color trims: silver and white, silver and black, black, and gold. We'll have to wait until Tuesday for anything official, but I'll be getting my hands on one of these for sure. There's a lot of Moto rumors going around lately. Let's start with a screenshot of specs from GFX Bench that shows a Lenovo XT1700 and a Lenovo XT1706. Both show the same specs: a 5-inch 720p display, a MediaTek 6735p SoC, 2 gigs of RAM. The spec sheet shows 12 gigs of storage, but I'm assuming that's going to be 16 gigs. The spec sheet also shows a 7-megapixel camera, but I'm guessing that's going to be an 8-megapixel one. With these specs, one's to assume that this is going to be the successor to the second generation Moto E. I'm not sure why there are 2 variants, an XT1700 and an XT1706, but I'm always excited to see new Moto phones on the horizon. Lastly, there's a picture of what sources are speculating might be the 2016 Moto X. Whether it is or it isn't is probably too early to tell, but I'm still excited to talk about an upcoming Moto X this fall. What's interesting about this picture though is the physical home button at the bottom of the phone. It's similar to the physical button on an iPhone or a Galaxy. It works as a home button, works as a fingerprint reader is my guess. This is something that Motorola hasn't done on any generation of the Moto X, but we'll see what Motorola and Lenovo has in store for us later this year. If this picture is legit and it's definitely a Moto X, my question is, what happens to the front-facing stereo speakers? In my opinion, the 2015 Moto X Pure Edition has the best speakers of any smartphone right now. And I would be really disappointed to see them go away for the 2016 Moto X. The Moto X has been one of my favorite phones year over year. I expect this year's Moto X to be even better than the predecessor. Don't mess this up, Moto, Lenovo, both of you guys.